What kind of triangle is this? Why is it isosceles, Jake? That's not marked.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Jake and Sophia have come together to say that this is an isosceles triangle because we have two congruent angles.
That's wrong.
That's wrong? Why is it wrong?
Isn't that like the
Okay.
wait, then what are the like the sides?
Okay, so guess what? I want you to turn to 5.4. Adri, what page is this? 140. Why did I ask that question? Because today we're going to focus on isosceles triangles. 140.
Isn't it like isosceles? That's like the length of the side. That's not asking for angles. But the angles and lengths of the sides correlate. Like the same thing.
Okay, so isosceles triangle. Okay. I hate spelling this word. Okay, isosceles. So we have two sides that are congruent. We call these the legs.
What Rhett said.
And this is the base. I don't really care. It's what it is. Oh, that's so sad. Is this, Jack, is this yours or Adri or somebody's? No.
Zach's.
Okay. Okay, this right here. These are called our base angles. Okay, and this is what Jake and Sophia were teaming up to say. In an isosceles triangle, the two sides are the same length. The angles across from the two congruent sides are congruent. So do you see how these are across from each other? These are across from each other, okay? So across from the sides, we're gonna get our two base angles and those angles are congruent, okay? What do we call this guy up here? Vertex. Okay. Look at the paper and made a good guess. Vertex angle, right? Okay. You think you just knew it? Is that good? Okay.
Are we done?
I know we need sharp pencils, but I was just making sure we're done. Okay. So here's the deal. You now know that if we have an isosceles triangle, then the two base angles are congruent. So if our two sides are congruent, then our base angles are congruent. That is what that is saying. Like subtraction, we just take out that A. Yeah. Okay. We also can go the other way. If our angles are congruent, then we know our sides are going to be congruent. Converse, remember we read it to you there. Action, remember. What? The proofs are after. Okay, so I want you to draw this isosceles triangle, and I want you to label that this angle is 3x plus 22, and this angle is 2x plus 40, and this angle is y. kind of triangle is it? Okay. So Zach, what can we do? Stella, why can we do this? Why did Zach say to do this? Zach is the one who told me to write that equation. Why am I setting those two equal to each other? So look at the picture. We have an isosceles triangle. And he took, look up at my picture, he took this guy and set it equal to this guy. Why?
Because it's isosceles.
And isosceles triangles have base angles
Yeah.
that are congruent. We'll get there. Okay, so let's find X. Okay, so I have been told that X equals 18, but I can't even hear myself say that X equals 18. Oh, you're fine, you're fine. I was just like, ugh.
Wait, why did they say something?
I'm zooming with myself. Okay, so 76 plus 76 plus Y equals 180. So Y is X. Code word. They can't hear it if you're.
It's code word.
Code word is code word.
Yeah.
No, that can't be.
The code word is be quiet.
But you say that so much.
It actually makes perfect sense. Okay. On the next page, I feel like maybe you already know this, but in an equilateral triangle, if all three sides are congruent, then we know all three angles are congruent, and vice versa. If all three angles are congruent, then we know all three sides are going to be congruent. Carson, what is the measure of each angle in an equal angular triangle?
Equal angle?
60. Look. Equiangular. Equiangular.
What is that? What does that mean? Equilateral.
I will wait. Equal, it will wait. Equilateral means all three sides are the same. Equiangular means all three angles are the same. Hey, guess what? If your triangle is equilateral, then it is equiangular. If your triangle is equiangular, then it is equilateral. They're one and the same, people. They're one and the same. Okay? It is. This is saying all three sides are the same. This is saying all three angles are the same. These two right here is saying if all three sides are the same, then you know all three angles are the same. And the converse, if all three angles are the same, then we know all three sides are the same. Okay, I want to come down here. I want you to fill in the blanks for 1, 2, 3, and 4. How about we do number 1 together? If NJ, where is NJ?
Right there. It's like on the bottom one.
If NJ is congruent to NM, then angle J is congruent to angle M. You fill out the next 3. Because it's an isosceles triangle, right? Right? These 2 and our base angles are different.
Only on Tuesdays. Okay, M equals M.
Are you really taking great notes?
We have to
What is all this?
I
Heard isosceles. No, you didn't. Okay, 30 seconds. You what? What'd you say? Good job. Good job.
my cover fell off too. I'm currently on page 89.
Mine cover fell off today. I backed up. I don't know what happened.
All right, eyes up here. LM is congruent to LN. Okay. Where are the base angles for this isosceles triangle? M and I disagree. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different angles at N. You can't just call it N, but we can call it LNM or M and L.
Well, you didn't tell us actually how.
Technically, I can.
Yeah, watch yourself.
I
It's so confusing. Oh.
I have never taught you about angles before, is what Keegan just told me.
Well, why do we have to write that? It is like the same thing.
How do I know what angle you are talking about if you call it N? You could be talking about this angle or 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 this angle. No, you have to, if there is more than one angle, at a vertex point, you need to name it with 3 letters, just like we did in chapter 1. It's like we did chapter 1 for a reason. Yeah.
Then what angle is it if it's angle L and M? Because there's 3 angles in
L, N, M.
L and M.
It's just one. Okay. If NKM is congruent to NMK, Adri, what 2 sides are congruent? Okay, do you agree with Adri that KN and NM are congruent? Okay. In number 4, LJN. LJN is this guy right here. And LNJ is this guy right here. Yeah. Okay. Harper, what 2 sides are congruent here?
Well, I heard it wrong, so I can't even guess.
Okay.
I think it's L N and JL.
Good.
Good job. Finally found a good-
Okay. All right, so let's turn to this page, I think. Okay, if this side is 31, and we know, Jonah, you're gonna help me with this one. It looks like all 3 angles are congruent. Yeah, I made it into a pie. Here, how about? It's pumpkin pie. Jonah, if all 3 angles are congruent and this side is 31, what is it? What's your question?
It's
No.
not on the scale, so that wouldn't help.
No. Okay, so Keegan, what's true about all 3 sides of this triangle? They're all the same. So what's true about the angles? Oh, okay. So Ben, each angle is what? So what's its measure? Okay, but 3 angles add up to what? And so if they're all 3 the same, then they're each, then they're each,
Wait, that means that he has to be
so
right.
X is 30.
Wait.
Hold on. So 60 plus 60 plus 60 is 180, right? So in an equilateral, equal angular triangle, all 3 angles are 60. Are we good with that? Oh. Okay. All right, let's look at this guy. What can we find first, X or Y?
I was singing with why.
Okay, Bryce, you said Y.
Okay, X.
How?
Oh, no. Why? Because they're all. Because it's 90 degrees.
X is 90 degrees?
What? Wait, no.
Okay. So can we agree that this is an equilateral triangle? Okay, Bryce, how about you tell me this? What is this angle right here?
How do we know?
Okay, how do we know? Zach, how do we know that the angle is 60 degrees? Since we have three congruent sides, we have an equilateral triangle.
Oh, I get it. Because they're equal.
Okay,
We're gonna have two days homework on this.
maybe. Don't make me mad. Right now, it's not to be graded, but I could make it graded. Stop talking. All of these are 60 degrees. Bryce, I'm gonna come back to you. What does this box mean?
It's 90.
So if this is 60, it's like maybe we know something else.
That the other one's 30.
So this guy's 30. Okay. Oh, what does this mean right here?
That's 60.
They're congruent. Okay, so these three add up to be. Okay, so if this is y, then this is also y. And we know that y plus 30 should equal 180. Okay, so y is 75. Now, if y is 75, what does this side equal? Okay, Carson, why does x equal 50?
I don't know.
Paxton, why?
Because those two angles are congruent, as well as the two legs are congruent.
These two are congruent, which means these two are congruent. Man, that was a cool problem. I like that one. Okay. Jake, come up to the board. Maybe you'll be a better listener for your peer than you will for me.
Oh. I can't do that.
You told me you could,
What?
just now.
What?
You said, I'll take us through number 8.
No, I didn't.
Okay, have a seat.
I asked him. Number 8 to be the homework.
Mm. No, 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 no.
Jack.
Carson.
Who's the better Carson?
Carson.
I know how to do one part, that's it.
Okay, grab the blue marker on the very right. Okay, what do you know?
That this has to be X.
Okay,
So it would have to be 6 or 70. Because it would have to equal to 180 and that's why.
okay, I don't care about this, they do.
Why do I have to teach it to them?
I know it.
Okay, okay. Base angles, since that's a base angle and that's a base angle, they have to equal each other. And that's. Yeah, they're isosceles triangle. Yeah, they're base angles and they're isosceles triangle. So that, and the triangle equals 180, so then they both have to be equal to 140. Because that's how I know. And that's all I know.
No, Carson, that's it. They
No,
need to
I-
X minus Y to get that.
Yeah, but what's Y? I don't know.
Then you can plug it
I don't know.
X and then do them equal to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plug an X down there.
Oh, yeah, okay. 70.
Hey, you gotta explain to people what you're doing.
Um,
I can't follow this.
Okay, okay, okay. So you have to plug in X to that, and since those two are congruent, this has to equal that. So I'm plug in 70 for X, and then it's 70 minus Y equals 2Y plus 10.
But wouldn't it be, wait, I have a question. Carson, I have a question.
Because they're congruent.
Carson, Ben has a question.
What, Ben?
Okay, so since the top is 40, wouldn't that make the other one 70?
I do.
Oh, Carson, I got it.
Yeah, they're both 70.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
I
X
have
equals
that.
70.
Drew, let me give you the homework.
40? How would that make that 40?
Because these
Take
are
your time.
these are base angles.
All right. Thank you, Carson.
Wait, I'm not done. It's because there's not two.
Okay, here, have a seat.
Why? I want to do it. You can just tell me to do it, and then now I can't.
Okay, finish it.
Then you do the equation.
Okay, it's amazing that I can't even hear him. So first of all, if you're gonna be up here being a teacher, number one, you have to talk louder.
Yeah,
Number,
yeah.
I can talk.
right?
Alright. So what I did was, since these are base angles and it's an isosceles triangle, they have to be congruent.
Don't talk so fast.
I know.
Carson,
Okay.
you better teach her.
Okay. Since they're,
I saw triangle.
the base angles are congruent.
How do we know?
Shut up.
Carson, start tallying names.
Excuse
Sorry.
me,
Sorry.
can you
Sorry.
tell your
Sorry.
students to shut up?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look at him, being frustrated that you will not be quiet. No, you are not the teacher. You are just going through the problem. No, you cannot do that. That's too much power. Okay, so we have an isosceles triangle, which is why your two base angles are the same.
And they have to, and the triangle equals 180, and
Okay.
we already know that's 40, so these would have to be 70, so that would be the triangle, it's 180. I'm telling everybody.
Why don't you just-
Based on- I'm gonna give you a tally.
Because you know.
Guys, need a voicing the Carson.
Okay.
Carson.
Yeah, get out of here.
You teach it.
Zach Carson. Okay, so tomorrow is Zach's turn. I think.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do it.
Now,
Hey, you still teach better than this
because, hey, I am not putting up with comments like that. For everybody to hear. In my classroom, we only have positive things to say.
That was a good answer.
Hey,
He told me to shut up.
in a very backhanded way.
He doesn't.
Okay, I have been waiting for 2 minutes for you to be quiet. I do too. I also want to leave, right?
I think we understand.
I think we got it.
We're taking our hours.
So that means